Hey, this is Style here. So our next module here is language, gender, and culture. And I think it's kind of, you may have questions about why those have all kind of run together here. And kind of in two ways. One is we have in the past had very clear gender roles for what we considered male or female behavior, from jobs to what we were supposed to feel about the world and how we were supposed to communicate, and literally how we are seen by other genders, specifically in the male-female split, but even in other things. But and that, especially when we go into culture, culture also defines what is male and female. In the Latino culture, especially in Latin America, they have the machismo for the male and the marianismo for females. Females were supposed to be virtuous and caring and family oriented. The machismo is supposed to be basically the fatherly, the super energetic, the very masculine role that they're supposed to be taking. Really, honestly, in history, women have never really worked very well outside the home at all until the Industrial Revolution. And then really the only reason that they were brought in the 1920s, in the late 1860s, 70s, was the fact that, one, these machines were very close together. So it was easier for women and children to fit, as well as the fact that you could pay women less. And that is a disparity. The wage disparity still exists today in different places in this country, worse and better. It's better on the West Coast than it is on the East Coast, and either coast is better than in the middle of the country. So hence gender and changing definitions of gender, especially now. You guys are growing up in an extremely special time where sexual orientation and who you see yourself as matter. We're really, up until 15 years ago, it was conform or in some ways die, either because you were not accepted and you couldn't handle not being together. Because as humans, we really want to be part of groups. We really want to feel a sense of belonging, whether it's just to our family or to a culture or to a group of friends or to a group. There's not really, sorry, in my Irish German background, there's no real group that I'm thinking of that I want to, but people of other ethnicities or races may find it that they really want to feel part of that. And because of job choices or anything else, they can be seen as apart from that. And we'll get into a little bit more about how language can also, and your behavior can show how you belong or do not belong to a group. Okay, so just remember, up to this point, very clear directions. I mean, honestly, up until well after World War II, women who were able to have jobs as like school teachers had to be fired when they were married, because at that point, the man is supposed to be earning the money and you don't really need to be earning money anymore. Like, that works, but it didn't work then, and it didn't really work then either. But that's what we've got. So as we kind of go through this, I'm going to be explaining at some point male Black culture, which weirdly I happen to know from a class I took in college. So I can add a little bit to it, but it feels really weird standing here as an expert on Black male culture. But just kind of stick with me on this. We'll get there till the end. All right. So that is your introduction to language, gender, and culture. Thanks.